we help people win their freedom through principle-centered leadership and inspire and motivate and educate and just provide just tremendous value. On this call, people are consistently exposing their minds to tremendous reservoirs of food for thought. You know, it's a blessing to be able to listen to a daily reading from books like Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich and so many others. Today, we're going to learn some things that can help and inspire us all to step into newer levels of freedom. People don't care what you know until they know that you care. Leadership isn't how far we advance ourselves, but how far we advance others. And that's achieved by serving others and adding value to their lives. Now, we're also keeping in mind one of the enemies of character, which is eliminating indecision from our mindset. You know, people can ask themselves, well, what if I choose wrongly and make the wrong decision? Well, here's something that's truth. Only a bad decision is indecision, followed by not taking action at all. Okay? So it really doesn't matter whether you choose right, because there is no wrong or no such thing as wasted time or money or energy. If you commit to being present and engaged in whatever you're doing, and you approach everything with curiosity and openness and always being a student. See, what's important is that we learn from the experience of a so-called wrong decision. I mean, what skills or lessons can we cultivate doing the wrong thing that'll direct us closer to the right thing? You know, the only way the time, money, and energy that we put into something is not right for us and is wasted is if we choose not to see and build upon what we've gained along the way. You know, in the end, the only bad decision is indecision, because it leads to not taking action or inaction, right? And without action, there's no feedback. There's no data to look at. There's no experience of life, no information to serve as fuel for progress, no growth, if you will, just gray areas. So, you know, eliminating indecision gets us out of our heads and into the world. You know, where we stumble from our decision lies our treasure. Think about that. I'm going to say that again. Where we stumble from our decision, therein lies our treasure. So go ahead, stumble, but make a decision. Take action. We can't be wrong unless we act without intention and being open to change and growth and modification. So the only wrong choice is deciding not to choose. You know, when we do that, we automatically lose. So, well, faith is really the head chemist of the mind. And, you know, when you believe that you're not sure that you can do something, you have just professed that belief and made it come to pass. The moment you said that, well, I'm not sure I can do this. That's right. Well, I can do this. Well, that's right. Either way, you're right. And faith enables you or disables you depending on what you say to yourself, or what we say is what we get. And it's amazing because when you've developed a habit over the years like I did before I even started studying the laws of success and the principles of success, our minds are programmed based upon what we've been exposed to over and over again most of our lives. Our parents, our loving parents who care about us, unintentionally have programmed our minds negatively at times. You know, don't touch this, don't do that, stay away from it, don't do this, don't do that. And, of course, they're saying these things to protect us. I mean, don't touch the stove. Well, duh, there's a reason for that. You're going to burn. They said it to protect us. But those who were not schooled in the laws of success and success principles didn't expound upon that training. In other words, they did say don't touch the stove because you'll burn yourself, but they didn't know really how to, and I'm not saying all parents, but some parents just didn't know how to structure the words that they're giving their children to produce a positive outcome. And we've all been programmed before we started learning about the laws of success. Do this, do that, produce, input, output. You know, there's so many words you can think of that you were told when you were a child that you just got programmed in your brain. You know, you can't do that. I even heard from parents, children are to be seen and not heard. It just hurts the mindset because the children who don't know any different just grow up with that because it's, again, input, output. What goes in comes back out. And I'm grateful that I was exposed at a very early age. When I say early, I'm talking 18, 19 years old, to the laws of success. And we're all intelligent enough to learn that the words that we program ourselves with and allow ourselves to be programmed with are so vitally important to pay attention to, because faith, our belief in what we think we can do and think we can't do, shapes our lives for years and years and years. And a lot of times people will close their mind to the new concepts and ideas because they're convinced, based on their own faith of what they've been repeatedly hearing all of their life, that what they're thinking and saying is truth. And it is their fault, but it isn't. It's kind of, a catch-22 there. When we learn that what we say is what we get, that's the beginning of the journey where we can start restructuring what we're saying to ourselves so that we can fix our faith if it's broken. There are a percentage of the population where the children are lucky enough and fortunate enough to have parents who are schooled in the laws of success and able to program their children's minds with positive, uplifting, faith-filled thoughts. But there are too many in this world that just don't have that schooling and that education. And it's not taught in schools. We're just taught math and English and and things that we need in life to be productive members of society. But I never had a class on attitude or faith or desire or autosuggestion or any of that stuff. So it was like all new to me. And when you're first exposed to an idea, I talked about this, last week maybe, we abhor it. We reject it almost. And then after we've exposed ourselves to that idea, after a while we become accustomed to it, and so we endure it. Then the embracement of that idea happens. And when that happens, you are changing your life, and you have the ability to do that if your life is not where you want it to be right now. We're not out trying to change lives. We're out trying to inspire people to live what they're capable of living and what they're capable of doing. And oftentimes they don't realize that they're capable of becoming more or achieving that which they think is just a wish or a wing and a prayer. And, life is more than just a wing and a prayer when it comes to success in life and succeeding and becoming a positive, productive member of society. And when you take your focus and place it on others at the same time, it just accelerates that process. Because by caring and loving and putting your heart out there with other people and showing the world that you care, what that does is it just enhances your own personal growth, because from the heart is where it all stems from. When you love people, it's amazing how things just fall into place in your life. I think that believing in something, believing in a worthy ideal, will sweep someone into a world of happiness and the place where you can provide more value to others. And even if it's just an inspirational moment in someone's life, it's amazing how one little moment like that can inspire someone, especially when you're telling somebody something like, "Hey, I believe in you." Well, why do you believe in me? Well, because you're a fellow human being, and you have the potential to become anything that you would love to have. And there's something lying dormant inside of people's minds and hearts that many have lost belief or never had belief in the first place. And I feel it's my responsibility at this point in my life to help people see their potential inside of them and to believe in others to the point where, hey, you can do it. And just those words alone, when you help people to see that they can, in fact, do it, inspires so many, and it gives you everything that you need to progress and to help others progress in life. Folks, I hope today you make it a wonderful day. Don't let anybody steal your dreams. This is Kevin Souza signing out, and bye for now.